Long as I've been hearing that music, I still want to dance when I hear it. But welcome to the Lillian Hayes Freeland Show. We have a really interesting show this morning for you. A little bit later in the program, we're going to talk about National Recovery Day. Recovery has been in the news a lot, certainly as we look at the opioid crisis. And we're not going to debate whether whose community it was in first and how it affected. We're just going to talk about recovering today for the purposes of that conversation. But we begin, if you're like me, you saw the movie Hidden Figures, and then you had to know more. You wanted to read the book. You wanted to know where that story came from. Well, you may have an opportunity to meet, or at least hear, the woman who wrote that book, all thanks to the Neighborhood Academy. Here to talk about it, two individuals, two perspectives. Sheila Rawlings is the development director for the Neighborhood Academy, and Brent Jernigan, I'm sorry. And you know, I told you before I didn't have my glasses on, so I can't quite read your title, but I know it has something to do with the middle school.
Head of the middle school program at the Neighborhood Academy.
Awesome. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Let me just go back for a little bit for some of our viewers and kind of set up what the Neighborhood Academy is.
So the Neighborhood Academy is a high school for youth from in grades 6 through 12 now.
Okay.
I stumbled over that because we just added the 6th and 7th grade this year.
Okay, all right.
And it's for families who may not have the resources to send their child to a private college preparatory high school, but we are. So we raise 99% of the funds that the students need to prepare them for college. And 100% of our graduates have all been accepted into college.
Awesome.
Yes.
And we'll get back to that 90% of the funds, because that's really what we're here to talk about. But I want to ask you, because I'm excited, first of all, because I didn't know you now had a middle school as a part of the program. But tell me what it is the Neighborhood Academy does that is so different.
Well, I would say it's not what we do, but how we do it.
Okay.
The middle school program is a strong, customly designed program for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade young men. 6th and 7th grade specifically focuses on an all-male program. We have athletics that take place in the middle of the day, a curriculum that is designed for high rigor, high engagement, and high support. A staff that has a background working with young men and has experience, a tailored experience working with young men that they bring, and you see that energy and enthusiasm throughout the whole day with the boys and throughout the staff and the building itself.
That's interesting. I've always been a big proponent of same-sex education, because I feel like you take all the distractions away, or you take a lot of the distractions away. So how does one attend the Neighborhood Academy?
So essentially, we go through a, I guess, an application process that starts with the open house, where we lay out exactly what is going to be expected of not only the student, but the parents. Okay. Because we do believe that parent involvement makes a huge difference. So we start with the open house. They can then, if they decide they like what they hear, they apply to the school, take basic testing, just so that we can gauge where the student is and make sure that we are definitely a good fit for them. And then the students come through a summer program. So that prepares them to start in the fall. And again, they're completely immersed in the culture of the school. They'll get a sense of what it'll be like in the fall. And then they start classes in the fall.
We are going to talk about this event coming up, I promise, but one more question for you. Tell us where the school is located. Is the middle school located in the same location? And am I correct, you guys have a longer school day than most other schools?
We do.
Okay.
The school sits on the border of Stanton Heights and Garfield, the east end section of Pittsburgh, 709 North Aiken Avenue. Okay. The question you had asked was?
Longer school day.
The extended school day takes place for grades 8 through 12.
Oh, okay.
So it's a hybrid of I look at it as a hybrid of a boarding program and a traditional school.
Okay.
The young people come in, their classes do end at 3:30, but all are involved in an after-school activity that ranges from arts to athletics.
Okay.
And so there's a variety of athletics and arts to choose from. They then go on to a 10-to-1 ratio evening study component, where the students are able to commit to their work on site with a staff member on board to help them out if needed.
Awesome. Now, we talk about getting the money to do this, and
Yes.
that's why your event coming up is so special. Let's
Yes.
talk about it.
So we do an author event every other year.
Okay.
This year we're so blessed to have contracted with Margot Lee Shutterly, wrote the book Hidden Figures. We found this to be a perfect opportunity because of the opening of the middle school, and the middle school is very STEM focused, and Margot's book about mathematicians, about girls, and we feel it's going to empower our girls. It's going to highlight STEM fields, which is one of the areas that African Americans are lagging way behind in, and we're just very excited about it. So this event is a fundraiser for us. It's one of the major fundraisers that we do, and it'll help us kick off the fall and give us the revenue that we need to support the students.
To support the students. Now, when is it? Where is it?
Yes.
And how do folks get tickets?
Sure. So it's Tuesday, September 26th. It will be held at the school. One of the main things we love to do is bring people to the school.
To see the
they
facility.
Can see what we're doing. They'll have an opportunity to meet students because students will do guided tours and help with the event. So it'll be a great opportunity for them. And Margot is going to spend the next day with the students so that they can talk one-on-one with her about her book and research. Tickets can be purchased on our website, theneighborhoodacademy.org. And if you scroll down, you'll see a little Margot Lee Shutterly.
And I'm guessing you want folks to do that now because
Yes,
the
I
goal
do.
here is to
Yes,
be sold out.
exactly.
Sold out well in
Yes.
advance. So, Brent, then tell me, I mean, we take a story like Hidden Figures. That's the kind of story that all of our kids need to be aware of. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them saw the movie, but reading the book is different now. Is that going to be required reading this year?
All of our students, grades 8 through 12, committed to reading the novel this summer.
Okay.
We have a summer program that takes place on the campus of Duquesne University.
Okay.
And it was highly infused in our humanities curriculum. So we had a lot of conversations about that and talked about the story in depth. The students were able to see the movie as collectively. And they're really looking forward to meeting Ms. Shutterly.
Now, will the middle school students will they be involved in this event as well?
Well, the middle school was involving during the time we were planning the Shutterly event. But with the high infusion of STEM in the curriculum, the boys are absolutely looking forward to just meeting the young lady behind the words and the storyline that was written for the movie.
Absolutely. It sounds like an amazing event. Let's tell
Yes.
folks again. Now, you have two groups of tickets, correct? You have
Yes.
reserved and general admission.
Yes, we do. We have reserved and general admission. The general admission tickets are $100. The two reserved sections we have are $150 and $250.
Okay.
So our $250 crowd will have the opportunity to meet her personally,
Okay.
get their books autographed.
Well worth
and
the
have
money.
that
Will you
time.
have
Yes.
books available that
Yes,
night?
we will have books
Okay.
available
All
as
right.
well.
Perfect.
Yes.
And give us the website again.
theneighborhoodacademy.org.
And bottom line is, you all need to do this now because this is going to be a sold out
Yes.
event. Thanks so much for joining
Thank
us
you.
today.
Thank you,
We're going to
Jay.
take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about National Recovery Day or month. I'm not sure which one it is, but we're talking about recovery, so don't go away when the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show continues.